Hey everybody. I just found out yesterday that, or this morning actually, that Trump issued a challenge to Biden for another debate, saying that if Biden was really sick and he was off his kilter and all this stuff and he just wasn't on par, that he should debate him again, you know. And Trump says, I'll prove to all of y'all that he's just weak and all this stuff. I'll do it a second time around and all this blah, 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 blah. Now, technically, there's already a second debate scheduled. So why does he issue another challenge? Why does he issue a challenge? I think it's honestly because he knows he's disrupting Biden's candidate, candidacy run. It's interference, and it's the smarter move for Donald Trump to have him. Okay, well, go, get out of here, get out of here. Okay, come back, let's debate. Get out of here, get out of here. Okay, let's come back and let's debate again. Okay, it's a smart move on Donald Trump because it's a disruption to Biden's plans, which is doing the campaign trail. Okay, and he's kicking ass out there. He's actually doing a good job, especially with that whole I may stumble, I may stutter, I may stumble thing, but I always get back up on my feet and try again. And there's nothing wrong with that. This is something that, we actually not just don't mind hearing from Trump, but we really like to see Biden, what we really like to see out of any president and anybody else that, that gets up on their feet, especially after stumbling and falling down. We love that. So as far as Trump's dare to challenge you again and all this other crap, he may have a point, because it'd be nice to see Biden, tell him, oh, will you shut up, like the way he did the first debate. It'd be nice to see Biden, Joe Cool Biden with his shades and all that, just kicking it. Oh wait, that was Jim Carrey in his impersonation. Okay, never mind. But but you get what I'm saying. It'd just be better if Biden could keep bitch slapping Drumpf, as many times as needed, in order to show everybody that he's still the only person that's qualified for presidency. And if you saw the last video that I made, Enough is Enough with this bullcrap, you'd understand why I'm saying that. He's just done so much and has had to take so much of shellackings coming his way. But even still, nobody has showed him up. Yes, there's people, yes, there's a lot of migrants coming in, and my worthless governor is messing everything up down here in Texas. DeSantis pitched in. The governor of Arizona pitched in, busing, flying them over and all this other stuff without checking out as to whether or not they're the actual murderers, rapists, and traffickers that the politicians are claiming that's what's crossing the border. They weren't checked. They didn't have any background checks. They were just immediately transported. And that's wrong. That's not the president's doing. So, nobody has shown up the president. They're either making a mess or they're not doing anything at all. They're crying, they're complaining, they're saying this, they're saying that, but they're not doing anything. And it's a trip because somebody like AOC, who's defending Biden, is one of those politicians that's not doing anything. She's saying, yeah, send him over. I can take 100,000 migrants. And yet at the same time, she's not doing anything to stop the crime there. She's not giving them jobs. She's not keeping them in their confinement, their holding facilities. Because they're all running around ragged and all this good stuff. And any of it that she is doing is small by comparison. And that's the best that any other, because she's the best out of all of the politicians who are trying to do anything. Even she can't measure up to what Biden is doing right now. Throwing all this money at everything, and at the same time providing housing and keeping Alejandro Mayorkas as the punching bag while things are working, while coming up with another border bill that's getting rejected by the opposition. He's got border bill, he's got security, he's got this, he's got that and everything, and it's all being spat on by the opposition, and anybody and everybody that's on his side isn't doing anything. They're only doing this, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and saying shame on you Republicans and all this good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's measuring up to what Biden is doing. Okay? So enough is enough with the replacement. But now, that was yesterday. Today, this challenge, Mr. Drumpf, your real name. You're claiming that you can do this and you can do that and you can beat him and you can beat that and all this stuff. Where the fuck were you when you were president? Where the hell were you when you were running the show? You did tax cuts and deregulations. Starting with the oil fields, where more pipelines were busting again. They're busting all over again as soon as they started running. They can't handle that shit. And yet we had leaks and spills, and then you authorized offshore drilling. You authorized in protected indigenous land reservation drillings. I mean, come on, dude. And the border wasn't handled any. There's hundreds of thousands of migrants coming in, but they could have been handled during the time that the president, Donald J. Drumpf, was in charge. Okay? If he had stick to organization, none of this stuff would be and we'd have a good workforce committee operating the borders, not just file paper pushers. Doctors, nurses, people that could have tended to them medically, especially during the time of COVID. If they even had COVID, we would have known if he had just stayed organized. But Drumpf didn't stay organized. He just kept them all underneath the bridges and outside the border, and they all had to sneak in, dug their way tunnels in, climb over the wall. And then to top it all off, the 10-foot wall, the walls that got 10 foot higher collapsed within the same year. I can beat Biden at anything. I can handle this thing. Everything is okay when I'm doing it. Where the hell were you the first time? You're not going to get any of us to believe that you can fix this shit. No, not by a long shot, pal. You didn't do a damn thing. You didn't do a damn thing. The ozone, the climate change, the working with China and all this stuff. The only thing you did was just raise taxes on them. They were still delivering shit. Look at Temu, for crying out loud. You got all this crap being made still from China and being delivered to us. You didn't do a damn thing. There's a side of me that says Trump doesn't deserve to get another challenge received. He needs to focus on his court hearings coming up, because he's like that cousin, that gangster cousin, or the wannabe wankster cousin. Always scheming all these warrants for his ass. all these court dates to try to weasel himself out of another court, out of paying full price to a warrant, asking for payment plans and all this garbage, and then going back to creating criminal mischief, civilian criminal mischief, misdemeanors. But nevertheless, just being a douche to society. That's all that Donald Trump is being right now. He's talking a lot of great stuff, saying that he can do all this stuff that he never did the first time. He had the perfect opportunity to do it the first time. He didn't do squat. So you know he's not going to do squat again if he wins. You know it's not going to happen. And that terrorist bullshit, that terrorist BS, I'm sorry, Putin would have never done anything like the way he never did anything when I was in charge, when I was president. Putin already sacked Crimea. Okay, he didn't need to make another invasion until about 2020. Okay, that's the reason why Ukraine was still asking for anti-tank ballistics and anti-missile counter-offer missiles. We could see it coming. The whole world could see it coming. And now President Zelensky's saying, oh yeah, you can do that? Well, go ahead and do that. Let's see you do that. You don't need to be president if you could stop you could stop Putin and all this other crap. Let's see you try that shit. I'm calling you on that. I'm taking those odds. And it's a good call. It's a good bet. It's a good bet. Zelensky's not going to get any kind of assistance. Zelensky didn't get any assistance from Trump to begin with. Not throughout the entire 4 years. He tried looking for it. He tried looking to see if he could help out Zelensky, come the 2020 election. But he was already president for 4 years, and he didn't do diddly squat. He didn't do anything for Crimea, the country right next door to Ukraine, an island, and he didn't do a damn thing to stop that. So to think that he would actually stop the wars and keep us safe, that's just plain idiotic. He's not going to do anything like that. He's already believing that Putin said he's not doing anything, so he has no reason to doubt Putin when he says that. I mean, come on, man. If that isn't a big show of a suck-up that'll bend over to anybody with power, I mean, what more do you need? Do you need to actually see the rear ending? Do you need to actually see Putin bone Trump? I mean, come on. I don't need to see that. And I know the rest of this country doesn't either. The war on Israel. You just need to let them. You need to let Israel do what they do. You need to let them. It's funky because he's talking about genocide. He's encouraging Israel to genocide as opposed to doing what they're doing now. Hit this school and that hospital where Hamas is hiding underneath and putting all these women and children up at the front to take the blunt of the blasts. Like the way all these Middle Eastern hate or terrorist organizations always do. Didn't you guys learn anything with Trump Jr., with Trump Senior, Bush Senior, when Bush Jr. and Bush Senior was hitting the Middle East? That's all that they did. They pushed the women and children up at the front, to take the blast. They go, look what America did. Look. This is what they always do. You didn't learn nothing. Trump didn't learn anything from Bush Sr. and Bush Jr.'s presidential rulings during the time of their reign. Israel just needs to push them all out. It's not that simple. It takes time. And for Biden to do this without having to send our troops in, I think that's freaking fantastic. Again, nobody's showing him up. Nobody's thinking of any kind of way or solution or method or any plan to top off what Biden is doing. He's pulling back bombs that Netanyahu is requesting these 2,000 tons bombs that'll level, city blocks. Okay? Not necessary, and certainly very important that they're not used. Why? Because again, the Hamas is hiding underneath or over to one side of that city block in some other neighborhood and all this other crap, while pushing all of the citizens and civilians up at the front. Those kids and those families and those people that are crying, America destroyed, America is killing us, they're Hamas supporters. Okay? They're family members. They're neighborhood good family. Okay? And they're immediately jumping in front of the cameras. Look what America did. Look what America did. You guys, you gotta pay attention to what's going on. You gotta remember your history. Okay? This kind of crap is exactly what Bush Jr. and Bush Sr. went through. Even the Clintons, even Bill Clinton, through a couple of Middle Eastern confrontations and all this good stuff. Okay? You can't just simply say Trump would have kept us safe and Israel needs to partake the genocide that they did. And it's funky because, again, it's funky. Because this is Trump, somebody that pleases Nazis like David Duke. And yet he's telling the solution to handle Israel is to handle it the way the Nazis handled the Jews, by way of genocide. Okay? That is just plain disgusting. That is just plain disgusting. It's wrong. It's not the best way to go. It certainly doesn't show up Joe Biden and the methods that he's using of patience, restricting certain weapons that are uncalled for, shaking the finger at Netanyahu, hey, come on, behave, do this the right way. That takes patience, that takes ability that clearly Trump doesn't want to do. Trump wants to do the Nazi thing, or he wants Israel to do the Nazi thing to all the Palestinians, Gazans, Hamas, Hezbollah, Houthi. He wants Israel to do the Nazi thing, the way the Nazis did to Israel, to the Israelites. It's just downright disgusting. And again, it does not show up the president. Nobody is doing what the president is capable of doing. This president right now. Nobody's making suggestions. Nobody's developing any plans. Nobody's doing any kind of political movements or even personal movements, socialite movements, whatever. Okay? Nobody's doing anything like that. And if they are, they certainly sit in the shadow. They're overshadowed by what Biden is doing. Using time, patience, and common sense weaponry to the Israelites who are just mad as all hell and want their revenge. He's doing what little brother is supposed to do to big brother when big brother is going Hulk on somebody. He's yanking them back. He's pulling them back. Okay? He's pulling Israel back from annihilating men, women, children, babies, unborn, while pushing them out of their lands. Trump wants that. Biden is doing the more responsible thing. Okay? He's the one trying with the arms tucked under and pulled over the shoulders, trying to pull big brother back from facing manslaughter charges. Okay? That's what's going on. Nobody's showing up the president. Nobody is showing up the president. That being said, I know I've almost gone 20 minutes. I've gone 20 minutes. Okay? That being said, I wouldn't mind seeing Biden kick Trump's ass, especially with facts like these. You know, I wouldn't mind seeing Biden kick Trump's ass in a debate, and seeing as how Trump is asking for it. You understand? Seeing as how Trump is going, come on, put him up, put him up. He got lucky once, but he's like that fighter that thinks, aha, I punched him good. You know, I gut punched the son of a bitch. Let's see the fool try that again. Okay? That's what I'm looking at when I see Drumpf and his stupid challenges. Okay? Of course, he'll get the second win if Biden doesn't, smarten up and just point out all the garbage that Trump is doing and wants to do. And keep bragging about his great percentages. Debunk all the wild accusations. This is how you have to debate nowadays. Biden's the pioneer to this. Don't get me wrong, Drumpf's the pioneer to the wackiness of the debates. This is true. But somehow he's making it legitimate into his debates. Ergo, Biden needs to do his fact checks and fact check realities and bragging rights and calling his bull crap to those wild and wacky rhetoric accusations that the opposition is doing. It just makes sense, and it's really needed. I'm sure that this is what he has to do on the actual election debate that's going to be taking place in, late October, early November, right? Right. So it's good that Biden can see through Trump's campaign trail interruptions. Come on. Let's do this again. Come on. You want another one? Come on. Let me give you your medicine. Okay. It's good that Biden can see through this crap. But there's a flip side to that. And I really wouldn't mind seeing him whoop Trump's butt, in an actual debate. But my best guess is that we're just going to have to wait till October. Late October, early November. I can't remember. I know November 4th is the election day, or November 6th. And I think November 4th might be the debate, election debate. The thing is that, I think if Biden really was sick, he should go back to debate against them again, and then go back to the trail, and then go back to debate him again. Should Trump say, that was illegitimate, let's try that again because you cheated this time. Okay. I don't know how, but that's what he'll say. So Biden goes back to the debate, and just keep countering him. Keep countering him, keep countering him all the way up to the final electoral debate. Go on Zoom. Sorry, I thought I saw somebody with a flat tire. I was about to honk and say, hey. Do a Zoom debate. Have the moderator cut off the mic, over the net, and then have them do their, they're clucking at the live election debate in November, But my best advice to Biden is, keep countering him. Keep countering him. Do a Zoom election if you can't meet at an actual city. Do a Zoom debate with a moderator that has control over the speakers, over the microphones, rather. Trump is beatable. And he's making Biden work for it a little bit more harder than normal this year. And I think for that second term, and for all of the work that can still be accomplished, and because again, nobody is showing him up, I think he should do it. I think he should debate Drumpf. Let him get all of this garbage out of the way, instead of saving it up for the election, the election debate in November. I think Biden should, just do the old man versus old man around the, at the barber shop, yapping at each other. I mean, it's not going to be that, but we're thinking about two very old people. We should have them do the debate. All right. That's all I had to say. I hope y'all are taking care of each other and doing well. By the time of this recording, it's Hump Day Wednesday. Let's finish the rest of this work week. Head on into a safer weekend. I hope that y'all keep on doing that, and keep on taking care of each other. Y'all have a good one. This is Chris with Chris's Comments, signing out.